Welcome back to my series where paper gives me a headache. Oh sorry, I mean paper toy tips. Today we'll be drawing out the blueprint for your figures today. Let's start with the tools. 1. Clear clipboard. 2. Pencil of any kind. 3. Ruler. Clear is preferred. 4. Compass, but a ruler will do 5. Paper. 6. Drawing music because you're gonna need it. Begin by folding the paper sideways into 3 sections. This provides a framework to ensure we stay within limits, but feel free to adjust for a larger scale based on your preferences. Next, sketch your character to the desired figure size, allowing you to understand and shape them effectively. Keep in mind, minimizing curves is advised as circles and spheres pose challenges when crafting from flat materials. When illustrating the internal details, envision them as flat shapes for simplicity. Now mark out precisely what you desire for it to include. Occasionally, you may need to compromise on some features to ensure functionality. Let me provide an example. I aspired for Enar to have all his faceplates movable, but I had to acknowledge that I simply didn't have the patience. It's significantly more intricate to achieve. Consequently, I opted to make only one move, rather than attempting to make all of them functional. This approach aims to simplify the crafting process for a more manageable outcome. Outline where you want it to move and add any necessary notes. I personally follow the standard method I learned in college. A comprehensive image with all the required details will be displayed on screen. This, where I'm pointing at, are called hidden lines. This are for when you're building something and something is behind or inside the build. This line is called a center line. It is a thin, dashed line that is used to indicate the center of a circle, arc, or other symmetrical feature. Center lines are often used in engineering drawings to help ensure that parts are assembled correctly. Next, that line is called a leader line. Leader lines are used to draw attention to important features on an engineering drawing. They are typically drawn as thin, straight lines with an arrow heat at the end. The arrow heat points to the feature that is being highlighted. Last, this line is called a center line. It is a type of line used in engineering drawings to indicate the center of a circle, arc, or other curved feature. Center lines are typically drawn as thin, solid lines and are often labeled with a C or CL designation. Now that you know the joints and the follow me eyes illusion, it's time to put it all on paper. Don't interpret this as an art tutorial video, although I do plan on creating one detailing how I work on my figures. Begin by sketching the outline with simple lines. Then, use your ruler to divide your drawing. Pick a side to start with and draw essentially the endoskeleton. Proceed to label everything with markers and notes, including joints, hidden lines, and any features you want to showcase.
Blueprinting is common for making figures. Almost everyone who I know who makes figures by hand uses a rough drafts. Here's some people using a drawing for paper crafting.
You don't need to copy everything I do. You can just draw your figure and incorporate elements from what I've shown you. It's essential to experiment with new ideas. Last but not least, we have our clear clipboard. You'll need this when transferring everything onto a different sheet of paper. I don't want to make everyone feel like they need to buy one. If you find a different way that works, please leave a comment. Draw it while having a light underneath so you can trace it onto a clean sheet, forming it into a box or sphere to finally start building that incredible figure of yours. Thank you for tuning in. Although it's a bit belated, Happy New Year. If you've made it this far, could you kindly consider subscribing or hitting that follow button? Catch you in the next episode of Paper Toy Tips. Until then, farewell.